And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video game review, and today I am reviewing Batman Arkham Knight. Finally, I know I rushed up the other Batman Arkham game reviews, so that I could stream Arkham Knight. I streamed most of my gameplay of Arkham Knight except the ending because PlayStation kept blocking it, so I couldn't stream that part. So you're gonna get some stuff that I didn't get to talk about on stream in this game as well in this review. So, I don't know exactly when this is gonna go up though. I might have to wait a while for it. We'll see. Well, you probably might have had to wait a while because now you're watching it. So there you go. This game came out in 2015. It's the final, supposed to be the final game in the Arkham series of games. Apparently, there's another one that's already out, and there's another one called Arkham Shadow that's also coming out or is out by the time this video goes up. Why are you making it on VR? Why are you making it on VR? That doesn't make any sense. We'll see. But as for Arkham Knight, I've got a lot of thoughts on it, so let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, this game looks amazing. Looks really, really good. Obviously it should. It's running on a newer gen console, the PS4, so there you go. Versus the Xbox or 360 or the Xbox 360, other ones. But it looks really, really good. And there was a lot of things that I liked about this game. If you guys saw the streams, you know that I was very, very, very mad about this game and was done with it. Just did not want to play anymore. But looking back at it now, having a chance to cool off and kind of really take a deeper look into the game, there's a lot of things that I do like about the game. The Fear Takedown one is really, really good combat function, and I really like that. It's really, really good. And also overall, just switching up the progression of the game, from more of just not just always going into rooms and stealth killing everyone to kind of differentiating it up more. There's more you can just jump straight in, do some brawling combat. There's also a lot of other ones where you're just exploring more stuff and kind of doing it other style type of missions. And that's really, really good to keep it fresh, especially we're on the game number 4, I guess, technically, and just keep it fresh. Which is good. So that's good. That's good right there. I did not like that they really nerfed the inverted takedowns. Now you can only do them on specific points versus just anywhere as long as you're within range. But you couldn't in the other games. That kind of sucked, but I was able to get over that. I mean, there's not too many points where that really applies anyways, so it's not a huge deal. There's also a ton of jump scares in this game. There were like barely any, if any, jump scares in the last 3 Arkham games that I played. But we got so many jump scares in this game. Some of them I got on stream, some of them I didn't. The biggest one came at the end of the game when you're playing as Joker and you got to do like the Batman statues and you got to shoot them and whatnot. God, that level is terrifying. Oh my lord. Like what the fuck, man? That was terrifying. There's a few other ones that just like jump out of nowhere and scare the shit out of you. I'm like, yeah, I can get why they're doing this, but it's like a more darker tone. But also, where were these the last 3 games? I had no clue about these. That kind of thing. And I also really, really like the story of this game and the ending to the game, especially. It's a good way to tie everything together to formally end the series. Hopefully this Arkham Shadow game doesn't completely invalidate anything about that. But, especially with Batman identity being revealed and a lot of characters that have been here throughout the entire series dying. The big one, in my opinion, that a lot of people seem to forget is the death of Poison Ivy. Her death, she was in every game, to this point at least, and her death really does. It comes near the end of the game, more towards the 3/4 mark, but it does symbolize that, like, holy shit, this is the end of the game because we're not going to see this recurring character again. I guess technically the death of Joker. There's a ton of Joker in this game. despite him being dead. And oh my god, and that's good. That's good. Joker's a big part of the games, and so I'm not too surprised that he was in this game as much as he is. I really think it was a good move because it's a very impactful point in the story, in the game, even like the gameplay and stuff too. Stuff where Joker kind of gets to take over with, especially near the end of the game. That's a lot of fun to play, especially some of the scary parts. I don't like that. So that's cool. It's tying some ends up as well. And I normally wouldn't like that the game doesn't end with a final boss fight. Like this game doesn't, and normally I wouldn't be super happy about that, but it wouldn't feel right in this game to just have a generic final boss fight. Hence why I think it works so well, because they were able to take something that doesn't usually work. Usually it does have to be like a final boss battle, but no, not in this game. And that's why it works so well. So that's really cool. That's really what I gotta say that's good about the game. Let's talk about what I don't like about the game. One quick thing I don't like about the game, again, going back to Poison Ivy, her dialogue sucks. Her dialogue is terrible in this game. She keeps getting herself into these situations and then blaming Batman to get her out of them. And I'm just like, lady, what the fuck? Stop whining. You're the one who got yourself into this situation. Now let's get out of it. Okay? Hearing that over and over and over again after I kept dying, because that was one of the hardest levels in the game, really sucked. Anyway, that's a very minor thing. I know it's not a huge deal. The thing that really did piss me off about this game was the Batmobile. You knew I had to talk about the Batmobile. I ranted about this thing on stream so much, and I'm gonna rant about it again here. When I first saw that we were going to be able to do a lot of Batmobile stuff in the game, at the very beginning, I was ecstatic, because that was such a cool concept. You just drive the Batmobile around. It's this high armored, really cool looking tank style machine that can just do a ton of shit. But their execution for this vehicle was ass. Complete ass. Oh my god. The cars driving, don't listen to what anybody else says. If they say it's good, stop listening to them right then and there. These cars driving, when you drive the Batmobile and you got driving around either for a level or whatever, awful. The turning controls are awful. You're drifting around so much. The car will just randomly flip over. And sometimes it doesn't work right. Or the fact that, the right trigger is the gas. That makes sense. Why is square the brake? Why is square the brake? That doesn't make any sense. Just make the left trigger the brake. Come on. Oh my god, why? That makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, why do they choose that button layout? Seriously. That just made it really horrendous to even just drive the car. Now, how about the combat levels with the car? Are even worse. There's so many of those levels. Like, seriously, it felt like really that, like, I talked about earlier in the game and the review, how about, they got rid of all of the going into rooms and killing people. I think they replaced most of those levels with just tank battles with the car. And it does not work. They're not, they get really repetitive, super fast. I mean, and they just give you, near the end of the game, you get an asinine amount of tanks to kill. 40 fucking tanks? Are you serious? Oh my god. And it's just not fun. That is not Batman Arkham. Batman Arkham games up to this point, with Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins, have been just, you're Batman. You're not the Batmobile. You're Batman, and you go through and just kill, hit, fight, do all these things, going through corridors and stuff like that. not fucking Tank Simulator. Like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't make any sense why you do this. But the worst levels, without a doubt. Oh, before I talk about that, let me talk about the fact that 3/4-ish, a little before the 3/4 mark of the game, the Batmobile gets killed off, gets demolished. I threw a party when I saw that the Batmobile is going to get demolished. I'm like, all right, cool. We can play the end of the game like how it was meant to be played without the Batmobile. Not even an hour later, the Batmobile is back. What was the point of killing it off if you're just going to bring it back anyways? What is your thought process there, game? Come on. I don't care if you kill it off or not. But don't kill it off and then bring it back nearly immediately later. Seriously. What were you thinking there? Anyway, most of the worst levels by far out of any of the Arkham games was the Cobra tank battles. Oh my god. The Cobra tank battles. Ass. There's 3 of them. Well, no, there's 2 of them in the game. 2 levels. I raged so hard. I lost my shit so much with these levels because they are asinine. There are these gigantic tanks that have radar sensors that can detect you from a mile away, and you got to sneak up behind them, and you have to hit them with one specific gun in this very specific point on their asshole, and you just got to hope that they don't, decide to turn around right before you're about to press the trigger, or when you press the trigger, they turn around. What sense does that make? I pressed the trigger, but because they were getting ready to turn around, they weren't turning around, they were getting ready to turn around, and you just decide, nope, you didn't get to hit him, and he turns around and he obliterates you because you're in a corner. Or like the fact that in the second phase, they introduced the Arkham Knight's big ass tank. But you can't kill right off the bat. You got to kill the little ones, and then go after the big one. I had Noah beat this level for me, the second one in particular. I just couldn't do it. I flipped my shit so hard, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. What sense does that make? That you've got these types of levels in a Batman Arkham game. And they're so hard that the Cobra levels are indeed going to be on the hardest video game levels list when that comes out. It's already on there. I've already written the excerpt for it. It's going to be a thing. Like, oh my god, dude. It just makes the rest of the game just feel invalidated. The non-Batmobile levels, because it's like 20% stealth kills, 20% other combat, 60% Batmobile. It's like, come on. What is that ratio? And it really just comes out of nowhere because we really don't get much vehicle interaction in any of the other games at all. We don't get to really play as them. There's nothing really we do. It's just such a complete shot out into left field. And you know what? It was a pot fly. It did not work. Sorry. I thought that driving a car in Lego Avengers around town. Lego Avengers was the next game I played after Arkham Knight. I thought driving a car around town in a Lego game was 20 times more fun than driving the Batmobile around Gotham. Is that really what took 4 years to do for this game? That really needed that long? And this is what you came up with? I just don't understand. And it really just made the game. That's why, if you see the streams, that's why it feels like I hate this game, is because of those levels. It just makes the rest of the game not fun to play. But looking back at it now, cooling off, I can say that yes, this game was pretty fun. out of the 4 games, the 4 Arkham games, I would have to still say City is probably my favorite, then Origins. Those are easy top 2. Then Arkham Knight, and then Asylum under that. And I don't want to play another Arkham game. I really don't. I'm probably going to end up playing another Arkham game, though. Because, they're not bad. They're just really, really dumb sometimes. And this game is the complete epitome of that. So I have to give this game a good 6 out of 10. Enjoyed it. Did not love it, though, by far. It was a strong, strong hatred towards part of this game. A good part of this game, too. But that's going to do this for this review. If you played our Batman Arkham Knight, I'll have to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. So stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more game reviews and other awesome stuff. I got more coming for you. Until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.